Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the SMA Victor Podcast. I am your host, Victor, aka Victor aka Victor the Inspiration. Excuse me, I got tongue twisted. It's been a very long day. I apologize. Let's get right into today's topic. Hi ChatGPT. Hi ChatGPT. I want you to be my co-host within today's episode. And within today's episode, I want to talk about the topic: does SMA affect your ability to eat? And it says, yes, spinal muscular atrophy, SMA, can affect your ability to eat by impairing the muscles needed for chewing, swallowing, and breathing. This can lead to difficulties with feeding, risk of choking, and potential malnutrition.
Absolutely. That's such an important topic. SMA definitely impacts the muscles involved in eating and swallowing, and that can create challenges for people with SMA. We can definitely dive into how these difficulties manifest, the potential solutions, and how to manage them effectively. Let me know if you want to explore specific aspects or share personal experiences as well.
Yeah, so let's get into it. It says specific effects on eating, chewing. Muscle weakness can make chewing difficult and cause fatigue during meals. Swallowing. Weakness in the throat and mouth muscles can cause problems with swallowing liquids, food, and even saliva. A condition called dysplasia? How do you pronounce this word? Dysphagia.
You got it almost right. It's pronounced dysphagia. It's definitely a tricky word. Dysphagia refers to difficulty swallowing, and it can be quite common for people with SMA. We can definitely delve into how muscle weakness.
So dysphagia. These words are so complex sometimes. Specific effects on eating. Let's rewind here. Specific effects on eating, chewing. Muscle weakness can make chewing difficult and cause fatigue during meals. Swallowing. Weakness in the throat and mouth muscles can cause problems with swallowing liquids, food, and even saliva, a condition called dysphagia. I hope I pronounced that right. Choking and aspiration. Swallowing difficulties increase the risk of aspiration, which is when food or liquid enters the airway instead of the esophagus. Nutritional issues. Prolonged meal times due to fatigue and difficulty chewing or swallowing can lead to insufficient food intake. This can result in undernutrition, dehydration, and poor weight gain. And it says breathing. Difficulty with breathing can occur during or after meals and may require intervention to ensure safe feeding. ChatGPT, can we break it down and explain all of these different things and the idea behind them?
Absolutely. We can break each aspect down in detail. For example, with chewing difficulties, muscle weakness can make it harder to break down food, leading to fatigue and longer meal times. With dysphagia, it's all about the coordination and strength of the throat and mouth muscles, and that can definitely lead to choking or aspiration if food or liquid enters the airway. And of course, nutritional issues can stem from all these factors, resulting in inadequate food intake and potential weight loss or dehydration. And then breathing difficulties can add another layer of complexity, sometimes requiring specialized feeding techniques. We can definitely dive into each part and explore solutions and strategies to help manage these challenges.
Yeah, so it says what you can do. Consult a specialist. It is important to work with healthcare professionals, including a registered dietitian and a speech-language pathologist, to manage these issues. Modify diet. Your dietitian can help create a personalized nutrition plan, which may involve choosing softer foods. Discuss feeding options. In severe cases, feeding tubes may be necessary to ensure adequate nutrition. And lastly, it says monitor for changes. Alert your doctor to new or worsening problems with feeding, chewing, or swallowing, especially if occupied by weight loss.
Exactly. Those steps
Or
are
accompanied by weight loss, excuse me.
No worries. That makes total sense. It's definitely important to keep an eye on any changes and to stay proactive with healthcare support. It's all about ensuring safety and maintaining good nutrition and quality of life. If you want, we can definitely dive deeper into each of these solutions and even explore some practical tips or personal experiences as well.
Yeah, so a personal life experience of mine is I currently am 26. I personally have SMA type 2. And of course, everyone who has SMA, we all undergo our own unique set of challenges and obstacles. To put it simply, just because I have SMA 2 and just because someone else may have SMA type 2 doesn't necessarily mean that we undergo the same challenges and obstacles. We all have our own timeline in a weird way when it comes to the progressiveness with our condition. As a story about mine is, does SMA impact my ability to eat? Is yes, because SMA is progressive, I am starting to see, I'm currently going on 27 years old in January 2026. And as I am getting older, I have noticed that certain foods for me to chew has become a lot more difficult than it once used to. For example, like red meats, I try to stay away from red meats such as like steaks, ribeyes, ribs, kind of like red meats. I try to stay away from just because I noticed that chewing and swallowing, that the effort that go behind it has become a lot more challenging and more difficult for me to chew. Or when I am chewing, I am getting immensely fatigued, where then it makes it harder for me to chew my food and swallow the red meats. And what I began to do and adapt to is I began to, like, say if I'm out having dinner with family or I'm at an event and the option presents itself, if I can choose between red meat or chicken, I'll have chicken because it's more easier for me to chew and swallow. And there's a lot of different, things that you just, with the territory of SMA, it's all about, as your disability progresses, it's going to affect a variety of your life in a variety of different ways. And the best thing we can do as SMA individuals is to learn how to adapt to these new experiences, adapt to our situation. And again, does SMA affect my ability to eat? It does. And I learned that even sometimes too, when I'm chewing, it's sometimes my mouth will become so fatigued, or my SMA, I will just become so fatigued where even opening my mouth just to fit a literal spoon into my mouth, and a spoon isn't like even like an ordinary spoon. I'm not talking about a spoon that's big or out of the ordinary. I'm talking about like an ordinary spoon my mouth muscles would become so tight where fitting a literal spoon in my mouth has at one point became extremely difficult and challenging. And even in terms of me chewing and swallowing, sometimes this is going a little bit off topic a little bit, but it does affect my ability to eat, where sometimes I will be chewing and my SMA will be making me feel extremely fatigued that day or that moment. And sometimes I'll be chewing and I'll be like this. And I'll be chewing like this. And then, of course, after I'm chewing, because my neck muscles would get tired and fatigued, then before I swallow, then I'll throw my head up and then I'll intake the food to prevent choking hazards and things like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. This is a little bit, I came across this topic and I wanted to spread awareness, for people who want to learn more about SMA and learn more about the condition and learn, in particular, this particular topic. Does SMA affect your ability to eat? And I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. But if you guys did, please like the video, comment down below what you personally would like to see within the next upcoming episodes, and subscribe if you are new. We are so close to reaching 100 subscribers just within this YouTube channel, and it would be really, really nice to reach that milestone on this YouTube channel. And if you are an SMA individual, again, the best thing we can do is, just do what we do best, which is adapt to our situation to the best of our ability. And if needed, don't be afraid to seek help, especially when the support is there, when the assist is there for you. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And as always, remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.